Good morning, 9 o'clock a.m. on October 4th, 2022. Today is a Tuesday morning. I'm going to confirm my audio here by unmuting my speaker. Audio. Yep, I do hear myself. Tony says AVDVR W good. The W is for the watch. Goes on the table because sometimes Tony sends me a text message. And if the watch is on my wrist, I don't hear the phone. The phone doesn't make any noise. Still, sometimes though, I still don't notice his message come in. And Ken gives me a 3.612 for the quality of the audio and the video. All right. Today's title, let's see here. Windows Daily number 68, responding to chat room questions, sluggish keyboard and YouTube buffering, and there's actually another one too. I copied those chat room questions into Microsoft Word from Danielle Emberly. I think my computer has software occasionally that will substantially delay keyboard entry input. I notice it most when writing using Thunderbird email client. Any ideas? Just watch Task Manager. Definitely I have more ideas for you, and we're going to come back and spend probably a bulk of today's session on that. Before going into that, I'm going to go cover the other topics. From Lawn Dog saying, took a look at his event viewer on the opening page with summaries under host network service in the last 24 hours. I've had 12 instances, and in 7 days, 60 instances. So I'm going to bring up Event Viewer, hit the Windows key, type Event Viewer, just type EVEN was enough. That was more than enough actually. So he's saying in this section up here, right, on the opening page with summaries, these are the summary of administrative events. It says on the opening page and under host network service. Now, I don't see host network service. So I'm suspecting maybe he's having that show up and I'm not, because I'm not having troubles. But he says that in the last 24 hours, he's had 12 instances. So he's referring to this area in the last 24 hours. If I expand each of these, I don't think I have anything there called host network service. So I don't quite see what he sees there, and it may be because I'm not having that trouble. It might be in here somewhere. Those aren't in alphabetical order. But at any rate, he's getting error messages in there, and he speculates and wonders down here, wonders if that's the issue that's going on where I get a lot of spinning dialogue windows with video with the chat still running. Whatever it is, I suspect it has to do with YouTube. I forgot who was the other day that was talking about having problems with YouTube dropping from his network. I think Jeff responded that it was from him. And then this was a different issue down here. I see frequently when somebody's doing a live stream and I'm using DVR mode, I'm trying to catch up, or especially after they finish their live stream and I'm trying to watch it from the beginning, but it's maybe less than an hour after they finish the live stream. I get a lot of that refresh, or that curved arrow, I think it is in YouTube. I think everybody gets that. I doubt that it's your computer. It could be that issue that you're seeing in Event Viewer. But the thing that I would suggest is do the same technique that I'm about to demonstrate for Danielle's issue to try to track that down more. So that if it is something happening in your computer, this technique with Process Monitor might help find that. Lawn Dog is saying maybe I'll get a chance to propose my silly question. I try to ask Alex basically if you want to create an ISO file, but one of the files in your ISO creation has an ISO file, will it work? So he wants to have an ISO file contained within the ISO image. Bottom line answer from me, I don't have any idea whatsoever. Not my area of expertise. No, don't know. Sorry. Have you tried Googling it? And he tells us that he needs one for a special purpose about bypassing TPM. I spent more time creating this magic tool than I would do to do the manual command line during the installation. So sorry, I can't help you much with that one. So let's get back to Danielle Amberly. Take a quick look at chat. Make sure you're not telling me there's a problem. And Danielle is here. Good. I'm here, but would have to leave for an hour and leave for an appointment in an hour. Oh, we're going to be done long before that, Danielle. So what I'm recommending is, for as far as Task Manager is concerned, that has given me the solution many times where I see that when I'm getting a delay with keyboard entry, that hard drive is at 100% or CPU is at 100%, and then sort the column. Well, gee, I should bring that up, right? Not just try to describe it. So bring up Task Manager. I did that with Control-Shift-Escape key. And if you see in any of these columns at 100% when you're having keyboard delays, then sort by that column so that you have this arrow pointed down. That means that whatever's taking the most utilization is at the top. See if that gives you clues to what's going on. But you're only seeing the name of the element that's taking up the CPU or memory or disk. We're not seeing exactly what are they doing. And if it's malware, you're still just going to get a name here. There's not much detail. So what I want to suggest for this is Process Monitor. I'm going to do a Google search for Process Monitor to actually go all the way from downloading it. And I'm just going to download Process Monitor, not the entire sysinternal suite from Microsoft, created by Mark Rusinovich. So I'm going to say Process Monitor download and press enter. And we get here for Learn Microsoft. That's okay. Process Monitor. This is not Microsoft's website. I'm only interested in getting this from Microsoft's website. So I'm going to take this top one here, right click, go to a new tab and see if that got me to the one that I want. Yeah. Now, yesterday when I just checked into this a little bit, the only thing that came up in a Google search was Process Explorer, and it brought me into this tab. So I just want to point out over in the left-hand column, once you get to the correct area within Microsoft's website, which is this sysinternals, if you get close enough to Process Monitor, you can just click on it from here. We're not interested in Process Explorer for this. What Process Explorer is going to do is it's going to show you everything that, no, not starts up. It's going to allow you to explore the processes that are running. Process Monitor is going to let you see everything that the computer is doing, millisecond by millisecond. Well, fractions of milliseconds by fractions of milliseconds. So we're going to download Process Monitor. I'm just going to run it straight from the downloads folder. Typically, I would say copy to some of the location. So download it as a zip file. I'm going to click on this menu button and then show in folder. Right click on Process Monitor.zip, extract all. And I'm just going to let it create right there in the downloads folder. If you're working with your computer, you want to store it someplace more long term, go ahead and do that. Double click on Process Monitor 64, answer yes to the user account control, and here's Process Monitor. Right away, stop the capturing by clicking on that little box right up there. Hang on. That stops the capturing. If you let the capturing keep running, it's just building more events down here and it just gets cumbersome. So here's what I would do under your circumstances is stop the monitoring, click on the garbage can to clear the screen, and then try to reproduce the symptom. Now, something I maybe should have mentioned earlier is one of the things that you want to try to do in this scenario, Danielle, is try to figure out a way that you can force the symptom. So as you're observing when the symptom happens, try to pay attention. What just happened? What sequence of events? Can I recreate that on demand? Maybe you can, maybe you cannot. If you can, that makes troubleshooting a whole lot easier. If you cannot force it to happen, then just go ahead and open Process Monitor And well, here's another possibility. Maybe it's the case that when you start having that symptom, the symptom does reoccur for a while, in which case stopping the capturing, clearing the screen is going to work for you, because you just leave this open, minimize it, or click on your other programs to bring them up on top. Just keep this open. We could minimize it by clicking here, then we can restore it by doing Alt-Tab, or we can click on it down in the system tray. Let's see, where is it in the system tray anyway? I think, is that one? Yeah, that one, that icon down there. So we can bring it back up that way. When you have the symptom happening now, then go ahead and turn capturing on, switch back to your email client, and try to get that symptom to reoccur. Where what I understand from your question is you type and there's a delay, there's a hesitation before the characters appear on the screen. As soon as you get that symptom to happen, then come back to Process Monitor and stop the capturing. Another thing that you may want to do before you come back here is when you experience the symptom, take a quick look at exactly what time it is, 9:11:34. Okay, then come back to Process Monitor, stop the capturing, and then look for your 9:11:34 area. Now, I stopped the capturing before I went and looked at the time, right? So I'm not going to find 9:11:34. But you see all of this over here, 9:11:21. I'm going to look at the top of 9:11:21. Scrolling. There's a lot of things that happen during that second. Okay? All of this stuff that says 9:11:21, that's stuff that all happened, the computer did, actions the computer took within 1 second. I'm going to go up one page worth at a time. There's a lot of stuff. And look, I'm actually at 9:11:21.7. So I'm almost at 9:11.22 or 9:11:22, right? There's just a lot of stuff in here. So what you want to do is get to the point. Let's suppose that I knew that my hesitation occurred, or estimated my hesitation occurred at 9:11:21. So I'm dragging the scroll box up. So now let's take this 9:11:20, just randomly somewhere in 9:11:20, and say that I know that my symptom happened after 9:11:20. So then I'm going to right click here and I'm going to say exclude events before. So I don't want to see all the stuff before this point. So now the very top of my list, see, the scroll box is at the top, is 9:11:20. Now let's suppose that it took a couple of seconds before I stopped the capturing, right? So I'm going to say that was 9:11:22. I drag my scroll box down. Now I'm dragging it back up and back down, trying to get it to 9:11:22. Then I'll click on the first one for 9:11:22. Right click on that and exclude events after. Okay, so now my hesitation, my keyboard hesitation occurred somewhere in here. And how do I narrow it down more? Well, see these 4 items that are selected up here? I could say, you know what? I think it's probably not a registry event that was causing the sluggishness. So I'm going to turn off registry events. See all this stuff here that says reg query value and reg open key and all that kind of stuff? So I'm going to say that I don't want to see registry activity. So now all the registry activity is gone. Then here, this one is for file activity. It could have been file activity that was causing this to happen. And then this one is network activity. Could have been a network activity when you're typing an email message. That doesn't sound like something that would be doing anything with network. So I'm going to turn that off. But before I turn that off, I want to notice down here in the bottom left, I am currently showing 5,912 events out of that bigger number. If I turn off network activity, does that number at the bottom left change? So here we go. 5,912, it did not. So there was no network activity occurring during that time. Then this one, show process and thread activity. That sounds like it could be likely. So file activity and thread activity are things that I'm suspecting could have been involved with this. Now, I'd particularly be looking for something in this range that wasn't successful. If something failed, if the computer was retrying something, maybe that was something. Now, notice here's success. Here's file locked with only readers. I don't know if that's a problem or not. I'm going to narrow down this column a little bit. Let's go wide in this whole window. How big can we go? Let's go maximize it. So there's all this stuff here. We're thinking there might be a clue in here. Now, how about let's try sorting this by the result column? Doesn't let us do that. I don't even know if there might be another place to sort by that field. I will go look at chat in a few moments to see if somebody's telling me how to sort that. I have not come across an occasion, I don't think, to do that, and I'm not seeing it there. Okay, but anyway, when you got it narrowed down to this amount of content, you can scroll through here and see if anything jumps out at you. Here's name not found. Well, that sounds suspicious. Create file, Chrome exe, name not found. Desired access, read attributes. Now let's double click on that. We get more information here. Desired access, read attributes. So see, as I was reading across here, this is a more convenient, easy way to read it. Desired access, read attributes, disposition open, reparse point, and name not found is the result. Process, oh, this is Stream Deck trying to do something. All right, I know that my Stream Deck I think has an update waiting for me to install. Maybe that's got something to do with what's going on. Now, I don't have Danielle's list here of what came up. I am not too concerned to see any kind of error symptoms here. It is routine. It is normal that some things like this, name not found, that might be a routine thing. I don't know, I'd have to investigate it more. I don't go investigate things if I don't suspect that might be the solution to a problem I'm having. Computers all the work that they do, there are times when they might come up with an error or name not found like this or buffer overflow. There are occasions where that is totally routine. Okay, don't go try to fix that. You want to go try fixing things where you have a symptom that's causing you issues. Now, then the next thing that I can tell you, Danielle, especially if you find a way to recreate the symptom, if you're unable to find a solution on your own, I would love to have you come in on a Saturday and join in with us in the Zoom session and let me connect remotely to your computer and let's explore it together with the other people that are in the chat room and in the Zoom session. There's a lot of very knowledgeable people around here who can speak better than I or sometimes come up with answers that I'm not seeing, and we love to work on problems like this. That's the highlight of our day, week, month, year when somebody comes in with a real world problem that they're having on their computer. Now, if you'd like to do that, let's see, how are we doing on time? 18 minutes. Ken, I think I'm getting ready to wind this down because, well, I'll go ahead and display the email address for Danielle and anybody else. Anyone who'd like to join us in the Zoom session on Saturdays is welcome to send me an email to the address that's on your screen right now. Also, so that's if you want to join the Zoom session. And also, if you have some kind of issue on your computer that you'd like us to do the group mind, there's some other word for that, group mind, the mass mind, the whatever it is, to try to solve a problem. Of course, I'm bringing my experience as a computer technician. Some of them are going to groan for me to say this. Yeah, I've been doing it for over 30 years. Big deal. So that would be the next thing. We'd love to have you come in and do that. I mean, even if you decide that you're not going to pursue it yourself and you're just going to come in Saturday and do it with us, that'd be great. You don't have to go do it yourself, but I wanted to give you something to go on. So here I'm going to go take a look at chat and see if anybody's telling me something that I'm obviously been missing. English is hard. I see that. And Danielle is here, and I'm not seeing anything about the sorting. So I'm going to, Hive Mind, that's it, Jim. Jen comes up with the right word, hive mind. We'd love to apply our hive mind. Not that we're going to sting you like a bunch of bees. That doesn't happen around here, but friendly group. Friendly group, I promise you. Group think. Wintermute says, Selden Ball Gestalt. Does that mean group mind? I don't know. Gestalt. Alexa, what does Gestalt mean?
Gestalt is usually defined as a configuration, pattern, or organized field having specific properties that cannot be derived from the summation of its component parts, a unified whole.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if that helped. All right, at the end of my stream, there's going to be a thing that will automatically send you off to Ken Stout's live stream, which comes up next. I think I've covered everything that I intended to there. So I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.